I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to another exciting review of My Little Pony Season 7, Episode 19 review. To all my bronies and anime fans, we back. Now, I know it's been over about a week since I didn't do any MLP reviews. Well, that again, I did Episode 18 again in advance when it got kind of out early, thanks to a huge derp from Hasbro going on YouTube. That'd be funny if I watch it and like episode 20 gets on YouTube by accident. It's been like a very odd year for like seasonal leaks. I mean, surprisingly, season 6 was only a little bit clean. Like, it wasn't that bad. But season 7? Holy shit, man. We got leaks up the ass when it comes to season 7, man. But anyways, though, let's talk about this week's episode, which is It's Not the Main Thing About You, which now I can kind of understand why it's actually called that for the sake of being called it. So, okay, with this episode, I didn't really know the plot so much at the beginning because I didn't really reveal exactly what was going on, because it was just sort of random how like Rarity was just trying to actually help out with Rose and the other flower ponies. All I know for Rose, because I know I've seen her like way back in the day as those flower ponies. And also, we did get to see her on Slice of Life, which is cool because now the fandom calls her Rose, especially when it comes to that one scene in Slice of Life at the wedding, where technically we saw Dr. Hooves with Rose. It's like, oh my god, it's Rose! So, that was cool, we got to see Rose again, so I'm happy about that, so that was cool. But, yeah, like, at first, I didn't really know the plot of the story. I was like, okay, why does Rarity need all this for her main? And then she finally explains it. I'm like, okay, why you just explain me the plot now to this? It's like, huh? And like, it took a while, but it's like, okay, and then we finally know why she really wants her main to be really extra good. It's because technically, Photo Finish is actually making a brand new cover for her magazine, and basically, Rarity was going to be on top of the frontline pages. Unfortunately, though, things don't really go, you know, Rarity's way because she visits a good old friend, Zagora. Now, it's been how long since we've seen her? I mean, it's been, well, I don't really count season 5 much because that was more of a time travel thing, so we can't really say it really counts. But I don't barely remember even seeing her in season 6. No, scratch that. We barely seen her ever since season 4? I'm gonna guess season 4, because I don't think I remember her from last season. No, I don't, so probably season 4. Shit, Jesus, guys, are you guys racist? I'm kidding. I know they're not really racist, I kid. But although it gets kind of weird that we just haven't seen her, but then, like, over the course of, like, 3 seasons, which is kind of very weird, but okay, I'm glad she's back, but no, hey, it's been a while. Let's see what she's up to. And which is weird because she's also going to be getting another episode, if I'm not mistaken. And then that's going to be like next week she's going to be another one. So we're getting like back to back. What the hell am I thinking? Shit. I meant Zagora, okay? We're getting back to back Zagora episodes. Like, we got one this week and now we're getting another one next week. So I'm really glad they are bringing up that whole Zagora love back into the field of MLP, because again, man, it's been a really long time, so I'm glad she's back. So basically, the reason why they went to Sakura was because, like, while Rarity was trying to, you know, get her main like the way it was, apparently what happened was that she was visiting Pinkie Pie because of a sneeze anniversary from the twins. I don't know why you would make a holiday out of that, but yet again, it's Pinkie Pie. Not gonna question it. She makes holidays like these all the time. What happens is that the main gets a complete out of control mess thanks to the little ceremony with the cupcakes, like with the string and shit. And apparently it got all over Rarity's main, so she had to go to Sakura to get like a special thing to get it off. But unfortunately, the potions got sort of mixed. Uh-oh! Did I do that? Anyways, so what happened was that Rarity got the removal potion instead of the shampoo, and Pinkie Pie was the one that actually got the shampoo. So I guess it was kind of Zeccora's fault in a way, I think, for screwing up which bottles was which. She could have obviously just identified which bottles was which, but I guess it's another time. But anyways, if it wasn't for that, I guess we wouldn't get this episode. And honestly, we had a lot of funny moments in this episode. Besides Rarity's baldness, or half baldness anyway, let's just talk about all the crazy shenanigans, man. I felt so freaking bad for Rarity in this episode. I felt so bad for her, but at the same time, it was freaking hilarious though. Just seeing her going through all these shenanigans, just basically, trying to cover up in like this awesome looking like hooded, like on some like Harry Potter shit, like the Dark Lord or something from like Star Wars. And it's like she was just trying to cover herself just to hide herself, from the public. And while she was actually going there to actually, still convince the town ponies of what was going on, because she needed certain things like the flowers, she needed the couch, she needed all that, because that was all in set and reserved for her to get her, little scenery done with photo finish. Unfortunately, though, things didn't go her way. Some other pony got the couch that she bid on and reserved it. So things weren't really going Rarity's way because, she didn't want the public to see her how she is. And, they... So, here's the thing, too. What I liked about this episode was the fact that it wasn't too predictable of a plot when it comes to the time where it's like, oh, well, it looks like you have to wait until the whole full month to your, main to go back. So, instead of just basically, just actually waiting for the whole month, it turns out there was a secret that, they kept her, for like a good while now. So, by the time the photo shoot was happening, she had to cancel it. However, though, she decided to actually... hide in her actual house, for a while. She actually had to hide in her boutique for a while. And, and of course, we get the depressed Rarity of her numbing on ice cream. Classic. I haven't seen that in so long, it actually does make me amuse. I mean, yeah, it does suck. But actually finding her inner self, pretty much saying that, what's good about you is in the inside, not on the outside. Like, sure, many people may, it's actually pretty deep, because many people will actually see from your appearance, from what you look like, and how you're dressed, etc., they'll get a different opinion, thinking, wow, you're pretty freaking terrible. But, from the inside out, you're actually a really well-known you're actually a really good-hearted person. You actually know what you're doing in life. You actually have talents that actually make you unique. So, I really did like this deep moral of the episode, though. It was actually pretty deep. Once you actually get to actually know what the moral is, it's like, okay, now I actually see what this is about now. So, it actually does make sense for me watching the episode. So, I gotta say, props to the writers for that. That was actually a pretty deep lesson, though. I've never really expected that in MLP. But even though one of, people... Okay, fine. You might have seen lessons in this and many other episodes before. But that doesn't mean, though, it's not really a bad thing. Because in MLP, they have a style to do it right. Other shows, they kind of rinse and repeat it a couple times. And it's like, okay, it's kind of getting annoying. But MLP has this special charm where... they only do it, like, they only just comes out of nowhere once, and only once. And once they do that, they do it in a way where it's not so predictable like other shows do. So I gotta give it props for that. So basically, when it comes to this episode, that's pretty much all I gotta really say on this, though. It was a pretty simple story, but it worked, and I really did enjoy it, though. Is there anything special about the episode? Not really as much. I mean, well, actually... it's really hard to decide, like, you know what I mean? I can't really find that many flaws in this episode, really, because I actually did like the fact that she was going to this mental breakdown, and deep down it was at the main six to actually show her that deep down inside who you really are is who you really are, not just for people who judge you from the outside. It's the inside that actually counts. And while that may be certain things you might have heard like before, many other shows, like again, MLP does it in a way that doesn't seem like we kind of seen this before. So the story wasn't really quite too predictable. I give it credit how the ending was, and the ending was a nice twist. I did like the fact that Photo Finish was actually watching the entire time and actually knowing what was going on. So the main six sort of had this all planned out the entire time. So they know Rarity by now. They know she has really great friends to see what she really is in the inside. So that was actually really cool. So I am glad it wasn't too predictable. I was like, oh, well, it looks like they have some magical way to do it. And, you know, it's close to the actual finish time slot of the actual, you know, event for the photo shoot. And I'm like, then I won't take many points. That will be like my negativity toward the episode. But I really can't say that about this episode, honestly. I really can't, because the pacing was fine. I didn't mind the pacing. The pacing was well done, and we had a lot of good laughs with this episode. It had some really awesome moments, and the entertainment value was a really great plus. It was great entertainment. I was very entertained, and I might actually want to watch this episode again. It was actually quite good, especially when it comes to the funny moments. I really did like that one moment, though, where Starlight did mention, you know, why don't we just try... Well, she's like, yeah, going back in time has its combustion, so nah. Even Twilight even knows that. And also that one moment where she's like, so controlling on her... Like, I forget what it was. Something about like, oh, well, you're having trouble controlling other ponies, that's why they don't listen to you. And she's like, no, Starlight. No, you're not a dictator anymore. You're not a villain anymore. Let it go. Seriously, though. It's like, don't get me wrong. I love Starlight, but it's like, come on. Stop going into that dictator mode. You're not into that. Because remember what happened the last time back last year in Season 6 when you tried to do that shit? So, yeah. Don't do that shit. Ever again. But anyways, though, when it comes to this, though, I really had no flaws to this episode whatsoever. I thought the episode was fine on its own. I mean, I didn't have no complaints about it whatsoever. It was great. I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe not a... I mean, I could give it a 5, but maybe just a 4.5. Maybe a great plus. Because I guess there is something maybe to take away from it. Like, yeah, it is kind of predictable, but not that predictable in a way, because the ending was kind of a nice surprise, I will admit. And of course, we can't forget the meme faces. You gotta have those meme faces. You just got. So yeah, honestly, I had no complaints about this episode. So you know what? Fuck it. This episode gets a 5 out of 5. It's one of those episodes where I can just kick back, relax, and just enjoy it. Like, entertainment value is just there. Nothing bothers me about it. It's one of those best entertaining episodes that you can possibly find in this series, and I have no complaints about it. I was having fun throughout the entire episode, and honestly, I just can't really think of anything that I didn't really like about it, really, or annoyed me. So fuck it, it's a 5. Let me know your thoughts. So it's 5 out of 5. So, oh boy, this list is gonna be really hard this year. It's gonna be really hard this year to come up with top episodes. I really enjoyed the season 7, like, top favorites. Oh man, another one of my top favorites right here. But next week we've got episode 20 coming up. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below of this week's episode of MLP. That's not the main thing about you. And also, yeah, are you guys excited for episode 20 as well? It's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty good. We're getting a Nuller's Decor type episode, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, we got that going. Again, you know, just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to click Notification Squad Boys bell. Do not forget to get notifications of my videos. Also, do not forget to check out, please, my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well. So, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting much read what you watch, and brohoof, brony on to you guys, to you bronies out there. See you guys next week for episode 20. That is 2-0. Later, guys.